Hey guys, so I kind of wanted to go over the challenge that is currently going on for my stream, otherwise known as the above average challenge. Basically, I've taken a list of 20 games picked out by community members and myself and friends and stuff, um, for me to do a little bit of a competition for the stream. So essentially, I picked out 20 games split evenly between multiplayer slash ranked, essentially being that 10 of the games have the traditional ranking system: bronze, silver, gold, platinum, all that good stuff, as well as 10 single player games with really high skill capped difficulties that are necessarily really fucking hard. Um, and I wanted to do something with those. So basically, I had it to where I made a Google form where my followers and my community voted on 5 games from each category: the multiplayer and the single player, um, deciding kind of what games they wanted to see on stream. So I'm going to show the form, the results, and then kind of what I'm planning on doing with the games and going from the multiplayer to the single player. So without further ado, let's check this out. So we have our above average challenge form right here, and you could see that it was a bunch of checkboxes with multiplayer games going from Dead by Daylight, Smite, Rainbow Six Siege, Valorant, Legends of Runeterra, Teamfight Tactics, Overwatch, Rocket League, Apex Legends, League of Legends, and then moving on to the single player hardest difficulty. We had Darkest Dungeon, Doom Eternal, Hitman, any of the Hitmans, Near Automata, Cold War Campaign, because I heard the realism mode was pretty difficult. Metro Last Lighter 2033. I only have those two. The other one I heard wasn't that game, so I steered away from it. Rise of the Tomb Raider, just because it's in my Steam library and I have never played it, so I just put that one on there just as a filler, basically. Devil May Cry 5, which I'm going to get to later down the road because there's some controversy with that one. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. I've heard it's really hard, um, and I've never played it before. And then Skyrim. I think Skyrim was a good option just because it's a popular game for the most part, and I believe added a pretty difficulty. So for the goal for the challenge, essentially, before I go over the responses and the results of everything, was for um multiplayer. I wanted it to be I have to reach the rank above the average player base. So for example, we'll take Apex Legends as an example. I believe the average player base rank is around gold or platinum. So in that specific game, I obviously would have to, in the rank system, reach the rank of diamond. Some of the rules being I can't play with anybody that's above the average, like who's above the rank that's above the average. So let's say the average rank is diamond in or the average rank is platinum. So I would have to reach diamond, and I couldn't play with anybody that would be master tier player per se. Just so if there is any duo queue in the multiplayer games, I can have fun with friends and play with them, because most of my friends, I would say, probably haven't. Most of the my friends would be around the same rank as me. So it would make it to where it was just a fun challenge for us to play together, or if I was solo queuing, then um issue there. Moving on to single player and hardest difficulty. Basically, I would just have to beat the main storyline on the hardest difficulty. Now, for some of the games, for Doom Eternal, hardest difficulty is Ultra Nightmare, which I believe would be the highest difficulty, but we kind of excluded that difficulty because that difficulty is a you do not save. If you die once, you have to restart the campaign. And for my sake, and for y'all's sake, and just for sanity's sake in general, we're just gonna say Nightmare on that game. Due to it being so difficult, I would probably be on that game for a very, very long time to beat it. Nightmare. Who knows? Maybe we'll revisit it and beat it on Ultra Nightmare, but Nightmare is the goal. As for Devil May Cry, the controversy behind that one, nothing crazy. It's just that I found out after submitting the form and making the form that to unlock the highest difficulty for Devil May Cry 5, you have to at least beat the game twice. So either the goal is to replace Devil May Cry with another game on the list, or just beat Devil May Cry 5 off stream twice in a row, off stream twice, and then whenever it does finally make an appearance in the list, then then I will play it on the highest difficulty. For the most votes, so I'm gonna do the games in a kind of um pattern to where I do single player, then multiplayer, then multiplayer, just alternating between the two. Um, for whichever ones I select, it's going to be the most voted game first. So if Skyrim was the most voted, I'd play that one first, which I believe it was the most voted. So that's actually currently going on in the stream right now. That's that's the series that I'm doing right now, is the Skyrim on Legendary. So make sure to go to check that out and watch the Let's Plays for that. Or catch me live at twitch.tv/nightlamrack. What do you call it? But so basically the game that gets voted the most, I would play that for each category. So I believe it's Skyrim, and then whatever, and then just going down the list of most voted to least votes. But we'll go ahead and check out the responses so you can kind of see where we lie on the category and stuff and the games. So for multiplayer, you can see that we got 18 total responses for the entire form. Not that much, but I mean, I guess we got a good spread of things. So for Rainbow Six for multiplayer, Rainbow Six Siege got 16 votes, so that's obviously number one. That's going to be the game that follows after Skyrim. I don't know the average rank. We'll figure that out when the game comes to fruition, when we have to start playing it. So it'd be Rainbow Six followed by Rocket League, followed by Apex Legends, followed by Dead by Daylight, and then as you can see, my fifth game to play was League of Legends or Valorant. They ended in a tie. So when that game comes around, we'll probably do a poll on stream or on Twitter just to have we'll pick between two and not have the other games in that, so we can kind of figure out which one we're rank. As for single player, yeah, like I said, Skyrim, most votes at 13. Doom Eternal at 12. So that one's going to be, we're just going to beat on Nightmare. We may revisit it and do Ultra Nightmare later, but we'll get to that. We'll cross that bridge when we get there. Following that, Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Following that is going to be Devil May Cry 5. Like I said, that's subject to change unless I do decide to beat it on or beat it twice before playing it on stream. So we'll see when we get there. And then I think for the final game, 1, 2, 3, 4 for the final game is going to be Darkest Dungeon, which might be the hardest game on the list, honestly. Darkest Dungeon at its highest difficulty, if you've never seen anything on it, is pretty unrelenting and could be very, very tough. So we'll see. By the time I get to that, Darkest Dungeon 2 might be out. So we might just move over to Darkest Dungeon 2 and play Darkest Dungeon 2 instead. But we'll see. Because I think Darkest Dungeon 2 doesn't come out for a year or so. And hopefully I'm not on this challenge for a year. But I believe that's everything I wanted to cover in this video. Like I said, it's the above average challenge. I'm going to be trying to reach the above average rank, as well as beat the highest difficulty just to become the ultimate above average gamer, basically. You can catch me on Twitch at Nightlamrack, twitch.tv/Nightlamrack. I usually stream Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, thinking about doing it every day of the week, but Wednesday, Thursday, Friday is the time that you can most definitely catch me. And we usually stream from 7 to 10. 7 to 9 usually, 7 to 10 if the stream's popping, everything's going good, and all good vibes are flowing. But without further ado, I think that's going to be it for me. Peace out, guys. Thanks for tuning in.